So this is our equation. How much is 353 more than 127? Let's figure that out. So first, I'll show you guys how to estimate. So let's break our numbers into smaller pieces that we understand. So 353 is made out of 300, 50, and then a 3. We do the same with the 127, 127. We want to deal with the bigger numbers first, these ones, and then the smaller numbers later. So how much more is 300 to 100? How much more is 300 compared to 100? 200. How much more is 50 compared to 20? 30, right? So how much is 3 compared to 7? We can't do that, right? Because 3 is smaller than 7. But what we know is right now is that we can add 200 and 30 together to get a rough estimation of what our answer would be. The first part is the concrete representation. This represents 353. This represents 127. Like we did previously, we're going to break them into 3 parts. The hundreds, tens, and the ones. So we're going to start with the hundreds. How much is 300 compared to 100? 200, right? In this case, the white ones represent 353. The green ones represent 127. Now we work on the tens. How much is 50 compared to 20? 30, right? Now we're going to work on the ones. How much more is 3 compared to 7? Oh no, we can't do that, right? But we can separate 7 into 2 parts. 7 is made out of 3 and 4. Oh, there we go. We see a 3 here. We see a 3 here. There's 3 is more than 3 by nothing, right? Because they're equal the same. So we take that out, leaving us with 4. What are we going to do with 4? Let's trade with one of the tens here. Now, we want 4, right, to match this. Let's cut 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 4 and 4. Let's count how much we have here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's count. Let's count everything we have now. Okay. 100, 200, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 200 plus 20 is 220. 220 plus 6 is 226. The second part is pictorial representation. The orange represents 353. The brown represents 127. Let's start with the hundreds. How much is 300 compared to 100? 200, right? Now let's work on the tens. How much is 50 compared to 20? 30, right? Yes. How much is 3 compared to 7? We can't really do that because 3 is smaller than 7. But we can separate 7 into 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And now we see there's a 3. There's a 3 here and here. We can take those out. Now we have 4. What can we do? We can trade them with the tens and get ones out of it. 10 makes 10 little dots. 10 little ones. Now we can see, there's a 4 here. Whoops, took one extra one out. Now we have 100, 100, 10, 10, and 6. Let's add them all together. 200, these make 200, these make 20, and this is 6. Together we have 226. The third part is symbolic representation. Let's write our equation down. And we will break them apart. Let's deal with the bigger numbers than the smaller ones. How much more is 300 compared to 100? 200, right? How much more is 50 compared to 20? 30, right? How much is 3 compared to 7? We can't do that, right? But we will do this. It's very similar to the estimation. That makes us 230. Okay, 230. Let's add the 3 from here to here, giving us 233. Oh, we forgot to subtract the 7. That's a little hard. Let's break them apart. It's 3 plus 4, right? Which equals 2. Let's do it bit by bit. Let's do this first. 233 minus 3 equals 230. 230 minus 4. Can't forget the 4 here. Equals 226. The last part is another symbolic representation. So I'm going to use a number line. The very end is 353. The very beginning is 153. And in the middle is 253. They're each 100 apart. And we're going to break 127 into 3 parts. 100, 20, and 7. Let's start with 100 first, because that's the biggest number, and it should be the easiest. So, 153. How much is that more than 100? 253, right? Let's show that. And then now we're going to do 20. It's a bit hard, but we can show that here. Let's break this front part and make it into tens. Okay, now let's count 20. 10, 20. Let's show that here. And then now we're going to work with the sevens. I'm going to zoom in. How am I going to zoom in? I'm going to do this. Okay, like we did, we could also break this into 3 and 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Leaving us with 3. And then let's count everything. 153, 163, 173, 183, 193, 203, 213, 223. 223, and we have an extra 3 here. So let's bring them here and show our work. 223 plus 3 equals 226.